As I sit here surrounded by the warm glow of memories, I am reminded of the countless afternoons spent with Grandma Aurora, her blue eyes sparkling like a summer sky, her hugs a balm that could heal any pain. To me, she was an open book, her life a testament to love, laughter, and the simple joys that make existence worthwhile. But little did I know, behind those twinkling eyes and warm smiles lay a story so profound, so filled with sacrifice and hidden legacies, that it would shatter my perception of her and our family forever. It was on the day of her passing, as I helped sort through her belongings, that I stumbled upon something that would change everything. Hidden in an old wooden box, tucked away in a corner of her attic, was a worn leather diary. Its cover was weathered to a soft brown, the pages yellowed with age, exuding a whisper of secrets. As I gently opened it, the creaking of the leather seemed to echo the beat of my heart, heavy with anticipation and a touch of trepidation. The moment I laid eyes on those pages, I knew I had discovered something extraordinary. It was as if I had been handed a key to a door I never knew existed, a door that led to a world where Grandma Aurora was not just my loving grandmother, but a woman who lived through turmoil, made impossible choices, and harbored secrets that span generations. Over the next few weeks, as I delicately turned the pages of her diary, I uncovered stories of forbidden love, of sacrifices made in the name of family, of a lost treasure that had been hidden away, waiting for the right hands to find it. It was as if Grandma Aurora had left me a roadmap, not just to our family's past, but to the very essence of love, resilience, and the enduring power of the human spirit. As I share these stories with you, I invite you to join me on a journey through the highs and lows of Grandma Aurora's life, a life that was as complex as it was beautiful. From the tumultuous historical backdrop against which her story unfolds, to the intimate moments of joy and heartache, every word in this diary is a testament to the fact that our lives are woven together by threads of love, sacrifice, and the mysteries we keep. In the following chapters, I will take you through the trials and triumphs of Grandma Aurora's life, a life that was marked by both extraordinary courage and profound heartache. It's a story that promises to challenge your perceptions, warm your heart, and perhaps, just perhaps, reveal to you the hidden legacies that lie within your own family's story. So let us begin this journey together, with an open heart and a willingness to uncover the secrets that have been hidden in plain sight. In the late 1930s, nestled in the heart of America, lay Willow Creek, a small rural town that seemed untouched by the world's troubles. It was a place where the air was sweet with the scent of blooming wildflowers, and the sky stretched out in endless blue expanses. Here life moved at the gentle pace of nature. Mornings broke with the sunrise, and nights fell under the twinkling canvas of stars. It was in this idyllic setting that young Aurora grew up, surrounded by the love of her close-knit family and the simplicity of country life. Her parents, hardworking and kind, tilled the land with devotion, their farm a testament to their resilience and dedication. Thomas, her older brother, was a dreamer, with a passion for flying that filled his days with visions of open skies and limitless possibilities. Then there was Lily, her younger sister, who saw the world through the lens of poetry, her heart overflowing with a love for all living things. Aurora, with her curious mind and imaginative spirit, found joy in the simple routines of daily life. Mornings were spent helping her parents in the fields, the earthy smell of the soil and the warmth of the sun on her skin a comforting start to each day. School days brought her together with friends, their laughter and stories filling the afternoons with light and joy. As night descended, the family would gather under the starry sky, sharing tales and dreams, their bond strengthened by the fireside. But amidst this peaceful existence, there was a restlessness within Aurora, a yearning for something more that she couldn't quite articulate. She devoured books from the local library, her imagination fueled by tales of far-off lands and extraordinary lives. As she walked through the fields, her gaze would wander beyond the horizon, her heart whispering questions about the world beyond Willow Creek. It was a subtle stirring, a quiet discontent that hinted at the profound journey ahead. Though her life was filled with love, laughter, and the beauty of nature, Aurora felt an inexplicable pull towards the unknown, a sense that there was more to life than the familiar rhythms of her small town. And so, with a heart full of wonder and a soul that yearned for adventure, Aurora stood at the threshold of her young adulthood, ready to embrace whatever the future might hold. Little did she know, the world was on the cusp of change, and her life was about to become intertwined with events that would test her courage, her love, and her very sense of self. As the seasons changed in Willow Creek, the world beyond its borders began to encroach upon its peaceful existence. News of World War II filtered into the small town, initially a distant rumble that grew louder with each passing day. At first it seemed a far-off conflict, a European problem that wouldn't touch the lives of its residents. But as the months went by, the war's presence became undeniable. Thomas, Aurora's brother, couldn't help but feel a thrill of excitement at the prospect of adventure, of serving his country. Their parents, however, were consumed by worry, their faces etched with concern for their family's safety and livelihood. Aurora, meanwhile, found herself caught between her brother's enthusiasm and her parents' fear. She had always believed in the goodness of people, in the inherent kindness that bound them together. But as she listened to the radio broadcasts, her heart began to question the world's justice. How could such cruelty and destruction exist? The thought sent a shiver down her spine, and for the first time she felt the fragile nature of peace. It was on one of these contemplative evenings, as she walked through the quiet streets, lost in thought, that she noticed a stranger in town. He was a young man in a military uniform, his eyes a deep shade of brown that seemed to hold 1,000 stories. There was something about him that was different, a quiet confidence and an air of mystery that drew her in. As their eyes met, Aurora felt a spark of curiosity, a sense that this stranger was not like the other boys in town. He introduced himself as Elias, and there was a moment, a fleeting glance, where it seemed as though the world around them melted away. Little did Aurora know, Elias's arrival was not a coincidence. He carried with him a secret mission, an enigmatic past that he kept closely guarded. And yet there was something about Aurora that drew him in, a sense of innocence and hope that he hadn't encountered in a long time. As they began to talk, Aurora found herself drawn to Elias, sensing that there was more to him than met the eye. But she couldn't shake the feeling that his presence would bring danger, that their connection would entwine their lives in ways they couldn't yet imagine. The war was coming, and with it, a web of secrets and lies that would test their love and their courage. As the days turned into weeks, Aurora and Elias's secret meetings became a lifeline, a beacon of hope in the darkness that was slowly enveloping their town. They would steal away to the old barn, its rustic beams and hayloft a sanctuary from the prying eyes of the community. The sunflower field, with its towering stalks and bright yellow blooms, was another haven, where they could walk hand in hand, their footsteps quiet on the earth. It was in these moments, surrounded by the beauty of nature, that their love blossomed, a flame that burned brighter with each passing day. But their love was not without its costs. Elias, with his piercing brown eyes and chiseled features, was a man with a secret, a burden he carried with him always. He was a German scientist, a deserter from the very army that was beginning to encroach upon their peaceful lives. His presence in Willow Creek was not a coincidence. He was on a mission to find a powerful encryption device, an artifact that could change the course of the war. The device, Elias revealed, was hidden in a secret labyrinth beneath the old church, a labyrinth left behind by his mentor, a clockmaker with a passion for cryptography. As they explored the dusty passages, the air thick with the scent of age and decay, Aurora felt her heart pounding in her chest. She was no longer just a passive observer. She was an active participant in Elias's mission, a mission that grew more perilous by the day. Nazi agents disguised as civilians had begun to appear in Willow Creek, their eyes scanning the crowds for any sign of Elias or the artifact. The town, once a haven of peace and tranquility, was now a hotbed of tension and fear. Aurora's diary, once a repository of her innermost thoughts and feelings, had become a confidant, a place where she recorded her fears and her forbidden love. As she wrote, her hand moved swiftly across the page, the words pouring out of her like tears. She was torn, her heart divided between her love for Elias and her loyalty to her family. But as the danger escalated, Aurora found a reservoir of strength she never knew she had. She was resourceful, determined, and brave, willing to do whatever it took to protect the man she loved and the artifact that could change the course of the war. The diary, with its cryptic entries and hidden meanings, was a testament to her transformation, a chronicle of her journey from innocence to experience. As the stakes grew higher, Aurora knew that she would have to make a choice, one that would alter the course of her life forever. As Aurora and Elias finally located the secret chamber deep within the underground labyrinth, The air was thick with anticipation. The artifact, a small, intricately carved device, lay before them, its presence both exhilarating and terrifying. But their moment of triumph was short-lived, as the sound of footsteps echoed through the passage, growing louder with each passing second. Nazi agents, their faces twisted with malice, stormed into the chamber, guns drawn. The ensuing battle was chaotic, the labyrinth's narrow passages amplifying the danger. Aurora's heart pounded in her chest as she dodged and weaved, using her knowledge of the labyrinth to evade their pursuers. Elias, his eyes locked on hers, fought bravely, his movements swift and deadly. But despite their valiant efforts, they were vastly outnumbered, and it soon became clear that their situation was untenable. As the agents closed in, Elias knew that he had to act. With a look of quiet determination, he pushed Aurora towards the exit, his eyes burning with a fierce love. "Go, Aurora," he whispered, his voice barely audible over the din of battle. "Take the artifact. Save it." And with that, he stood tall, his body shielding hers from the hail of bullets. Aurora's scream was lost in the chaos as she stumbled backward, the artifact clutched in her hand. She turned, her eyes wide with horror, and saw Elias's body crumple to the ground. The world around her seemed to slow, and for a moment she was frozen in time. Then, with a burst of adrenaline, she turned and ran, the artifact clutched to her chest. The labyrinth's dark passages blurred together as she fled, her heart heavy with grief. The diary, her secret confidant, now held a new profound sorrow. As she emerged into the bright sunlight, gasping for air, Aurora knew that her life would never be the same. She had lost the love of her life, but she had also been entrusted with a sacred mission. The artifact, a symbol of Elias's sacrifice, weighed heavily in her hand, a reminder of the promise she had made to him. And as she walked away from the labyrinth, her footsteps steady and resolute, Aurora knew that she would carry Elias's legacy forward, no matter the cost. As Aurora stumbled back into her home, the door creaking shut behind her, she felt like a different person. The weight of the artifact in her pocket seemed to anchor her to the ground, a constant reminder of the loss she had just endured. Her parents, concerned by her disheveled appearance, ushered her into the warmth of the kitchen, but Aurora's mind was elsewhere. The news of Elias's death had been carefully crafted, presented as a tragic accident, and now she was forced to wear a mask of grief, all while harboring the truth. The diary, once a repository of her innermost thoughts, now became her sole confidant, a place where she could express the unbearable pain and the crushing weight of the promise she had made to Elias. As she sat through dinner, her family chatted around her, but Aurora's responses were distant, her thoughts consumed by the memories of Elias and the artifact. Her parents exchanged worried glances, sensing a change in their daughter, but they couldn't fathom the depth of her sorrow. In the quiet of her room, Aurora poured out her heart into the diary, the words flowing like tears. She wrote of Elias, of his sacrifice, and of the artifact, now a symbol of her responsibility. As she wrote, a sense of resolve began to form within her, a determination to honor Elias's memory and fulfill his mission. The artifact, still clutched in her hand, seemed to pulse with a newfound significance, a reminder of the journey ahead. With a newfound sense of purpose, Aurora opened a book on her nightstand, its pages yellowed with age, and began to study. The words of Elias's notes, scribbled in the margins, guided her as she sought to understand the mysteries of the artifact. The diary, once a repository of her secrets, had become a roadmap for her future, a testament to the enduring power of love and sacrifice. As the night wore on, Aurora's tears slowly dried, replaced by a sense of determination, a resolve to carry Elias's legacy forward, no matter the cost. As Aurora settled into her modest apartment in the city, she felt a sense of anonymity wash over her. The bustling streets and crowded buildings provided a welcome disguise, allowing her to blend in and pursue her mission without arousing suspicion. Her days were filled with intensive research, poring over books, maps, and documents in libraries and archives, seeking to understand the artifact's true power. Elias's diary remained her primary guide, its cryptic notes and sketches leading her down a rabbit hole of discovery. The artifact, once a mysterious device, began to reveal its secrets, its capabilities extending far beyond simple encryption. It was a powerful tool for intelligence, capable of deciphering enemy codes and predicting strategic movements. Aurora's determination grew with each new revelation, her skills evolving as she became a self-taught agent driven by necessity and her promise to Elias. She learned to observe and listen, to notice the subtleties of human behavior, and to move undetected. In a crowded train station, she practiced her skills, watching as a suspicious individual lingered too long near a poster, their eyes darting back and forth. Aurora noted the details, her mind racing with possibilities. She followed him at a distance, her heart pounding in her chest, as she gathered information and pieced together the puzzle. The Nazi threat was still present, agents actively searching for the artifact, and Aurora knew she had to remain vigilant. One evening, as she walked home from the library, she sensed she was being watched. She quickened her pace, her senses on high alert, and ducked into a narrow alleyway, her heart racing. The sound of footsteps behind her grew fainter, and she breathed a sigh of relief, but the encounter left her shaken. Despite the solitude and emotional toll of her secret life, Aurora's resolve remained unwavering, fueled by Elias's memory and the importance of her mission. As she sat in her apartment surrounded by papers, books, and the artifact, she felt a sense of purpose, a sense that she was making a difference no matter how small. The diary, once a repository of her secrets, had become a roadmap for her future, a testament to the enduring power of love and sacrifice. And as she drifted off to sleep, her eyes would often linger on a photograph of Elias, a reminder of the journey she had undertaken, and the promise she had made to him. As the war finally drew to a close, Aurora felt a sense of relief wash over her, like the gentle lapping of waves on a serene shore. Her mission, the reason she had carried the weight of the artifact for so long, was accomplished. The intelligence she had transmitted, encoded with the device, had played a crucial role in frustrating enemy plans and contributing to the Allied victories. The thought filled her with a quiet satisfaction, a sense of pride that she had done something meaningful in the face of overwhelming adversity. With the war's end, Aurora sought a new beginning, leaving behind the secrecy and danger of her past. She returned to Willow Creek, the peaceful setting where her journey had first begun, and dedicated herself to helping others. She worked with war-affected families, sharing her experiences to help them heal and rebuild. The artifact, once a burden, was now a cherished symbol of Elias and her past. She carefully stored it in a beautiful music box, its melody a reminder of the love and sacrifice that had defined her journey. As the years passed, Aurora evolved into the wise, loving grandmother the narrator knew, embodying wisdom and serenity. Her past was a part of her, but it no longer defined her present struggles. The narrator, looking back, understood that Aurora's seemingly simple life was built upon extraordinary experiences and profound sacrifices. The diary, once a secret keeper, had revealed the depth of her character, and with it, the enduring power of love and sacrifice. In the warm glow of her grandmother's love, the narrator found a sense of peace, knowing that the stories of the past would live on, a testament to the strength and resilience of the human spirit. As they sat together in the garden watching children play, Aurora's eyes sparkled with a deep wisdom, her voice filled with a lifetime of love and laughter. And in that moment, the narrator knew that she had been given a precious gift, a glimpse into the extraordinary life of Grandma Aurora, a life that would continue to inspire and guide her for generations to come. As I sit here surrounded by the familiar comforts of home, I reflect on the diary's significance, not just as a historical record, but as a map to my grandmother Aurora's soul. Reading her words, I feel like I've uncovered a treasure trove of secrets, but more importantly, I've gained a deeper understanding of the woman who shaped my childhood. The stories she told me about fairies and heroes, I now realize were metaphors for her own extraordinary life and heroic journey. I see that her legacy is not just the artifact or her secrets, but her silent strength, the wisdom shared through her stories, and her unconditional love. As I look back, I realize that Aurora's experiences continue to inspire and guide me, just as they did when I was a child. I see parallels between her struggles and triumphs and my own life, and I'm grateful for the lessons she's taught me. The diary has become a personal treasure, a guide that helps me navigate life's complexities. I'm filled with a sense of peace and understanding, knowing that I'm not alone in my own struggles. Aurora's story has shown me that even in the darkest times, there is always hope, always a way forward. And as I close this chapter, I'm reminded of the power of stories to connect us, to inspire us, and to leave a lasting legacy. I'm inspired to discover my own hidden stories, to share them with others, and to continue the legacy of love and resilience that Aurora has left behind. As I look directly at you, I want to share this wisdom with you, to encourage you to uncover your own stories, and to find the strength and courage that lies within. The story of Grandma Aurora is not just a tale of the past. It's a reminder that we all have the power to shape our own destinies, to create our own legacies, and to leave a lasting impact on the world. As I reflect on Grandma Aurora's story, I'm reminded that life is a tapestry of unexpected twists and turns, woven with threads of courage, love, and resilience. Her journey, marked by sacrifice and hidden legacies, teaches us that even in the darkest times, there is always hope. If her story has resonated with you, then I know that its purpose has been fulfilled, for it continues through your own experiences, inspiring you to find strength in your own challenges. I'd be grateful if you could take a moment to engage with our community. Please leave a like, subscribe to our channel for more stories of resilience and courage, and share this story with someone who might find solace in it. As you look back on Aurora's journey, I invite you to reflect on the power of love and sacrifice. What secret do you think Grandma Aurora held dearest to her heart? Share your thoughts with us, and let's continue the conversation. By doing so, you'll not only be sharing your insights but also becoming a part of the story, carrying forward the legacy of Grandma Aurora's enduring spirit.